and the Policy Times for providing us an opportunity to discuss this significant theme. This theme is significant because few years back, government has passed one law. Mr. Bhaskar Chatterjee, during that time he was the corporate secretary, and he drafted this corporate social responsibility bill. And in this particular bill, he made it mandatory that corporates should invest 2% of their total profit for social development. Now, 4 or 5 years that have already been passed, if we see the journey that how and in what way corporate is moving in that direction, then we are going to see some mixed results. First of all, I'll like to touch on a theoretical point of management, that how this corporate social spending in this corporate social responsibility is also going to give companies, organization a kind of competitive advantage. Now, over the years, when we see the awareness not only for inclusiveness, but when we see the awareness about sustainability that have gone up like anything, awareness as well as various kind of programs that have increased worldwide, and inclusiveness and sustainable development that has taken a top priority in a process of development, then it has also been realized that consumer preference, that is also not for the product and services which are basically to exploit and to earn the more and more profit. But over the period of time, consumer preference is also going for green product. Consumer preference are also going where child labor is not used. Consumer preferences are also going where exploitative nature of business is not taking place. So in this way, it has been said that social responsibility or inclusiveness, that has also become an integral part of sustainable development for the companies and organizations to realize their profit. If they have to earn the profit, they have to provide the product and services, but which are at a reasonable price. They have to provide the quality services. They have to provide the product where there is no exploitation of workers, no exploitation of labor that is involved. So this is theoretically this aspect of inclusiveness, sustainability, as well as corporate responsibility, that is also finding its place in the management theories. Bottom of pyramid, that is also completely based. If you are going to make a product which is having a reasonable price, which can be offered to the bottom of pyramid, this is going to generate not only income, but this is also going to generate employment. This is also going to create a sustainable basis for the society. So theoretical basis is having a complete acceptance, and government has also taken a laudable steps, there is no doubt. But there is a need that with the support of government, with the support of corporate, and with the support of NGO, how we are going to build a inclusive societies. Some specific example, because I am a part of this education sector on behalf of AIMA, I am also a part of AICT Council, and as well as this Board of Studies of AICT. Last time, we have prepared a curriculum that how an elective in corporate social responsibility, this is going to be introduced. So because if this curriculum is going to be accepted by AICT, and by and large they have accepted in their model curriculum, and this is going to be included specifically in MBA level education as well as this PGDM level. So then obviously currently we have seen that there is a sectoral specialization in corporate responsibility. But by having a specialization in corporate social responsibility, there is going to be more and more emphasis that how professionals, those who are going to serve exclusively in a domain area, they are going to be produced. Now, over the period of time, with the scope of increasing scale of specialization, in management education, we have seen that demand for specific professionals, like you have seen business analytics, like you have seen this data analysts, you have seen digital marketing professionals. Likewise, in certain operational areas, like in procurement, we have seen that large number of professionals, they are coming out, because in most of the department earlier these functions were integrated either with HR, or these were integrated either with this operations. But now there is a need, and there is a deployment. There is a need of skill, there is a need of right kind of qualification, that persons and professionals, those who are having a specific specializations, they are going to be produced. So CSR, that is also having a exclusive demand. Now, coming on this corporate, because from AIMA we too have done several studies in this area, and we too are this reviewing time to time, as well as monitoring the large number of companies which are the member of AIMA, that how they are providing corporate, how they are fulfilling the objective of spending this 2% of their profit for the corporate, for the social responsibility. Now we have seen that there is a laudable steps that have been taken. One earlier presentation you have seen of this Bharti Foundation, in public sector, NTPC's SAIL, this Gas Authority of India, they have taken ONGC, they have taken a very structured steps. In private sectors, Tata's, this Mittal, there are also several other companies. They have also taken a very structured steps. Earlier, what was there in corporate, this spending on social responsibility, and still it is a part, but this is changing very rapidly. That was thought to be a part of a charity. This was not taken as a responsibility. But by passing this law, one thing which has happened, now most of the companies, they have started realizing that there is not only law, but there is the obligation towards society. And this obligation, as I told you, is mixed, that if they are going to be more socially responsible, their profitability level is going to be increased. Their products are going to be more acceptable in this society. So in this way, there is a structured spending that has started taking place. But there is still a need, a long way to go. Long way in this way, because there is a lack of professionals, right kind of professionals. This function, this has been mixed with other functions of management. So if spending and right kind of professionals are going to be deployed, so then right kind of activities are going to be identified. Issue is identifying right kind of activities, and here within this law there is again a need that what are the right kind of activities that to be included. So companies are also going to be benefited in income tax law and various other laws. Education, skill development, that has not been properly defined. There is a need that how education, and specifically imparting education to underprivileged, imparting education to persons below poverty line, imparting education to minorities, how this is going to be included in a more focused way, and how there is going to be a plan, how there is going to be a customized approach. So then their spending can be very effective, and that can also be monitored in a very systematic manner. So with these words, I think that in coming years, there is a very good scope that how government, NGOs, corporate and various educational institutes, they can come together and they can prepare further and further focus in the development of inclusive in a process of inclusive development. Thank you very much. Thank you.